Hello, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. It's me, A. Prustian, and I am on, I think, the last day of the trial for Miles Edgeworth. Um, and if I recall correctly, we just used the parrot to prove that the caretaker is Yanni Yogi. So let's see what happens now. There he is. Witness, tell us your name. Wait, this witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. Huh? Oh, shit. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Yeah, look, he looks so different now. Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. That's... that's impressive. That's a lot. That's a lot. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order, order, Yanni Yogi. So was it you who killed Robert Hammond? And tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. Well, that was easy. Game's over. I mean, we know Von Karma set him up, though. So now is the question, are we going to try to prove that? They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So, I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then, this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. That's why he thinks Robert Hammond ruined his life, even though it got him declared innocent. That makes more sense now. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Yeah, but even if Miles accidentally shot his father in that elevator, one, it was an accident, two, he's a child. You can't say he's a murderer. Like, there's a reason there are, like, I don't know, other levels of things like manslaughter, etc. Or there should be. Anyways. Von Karma, where's Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then, the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent. In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? Hi, Miles. There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So, I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? No? Edgeworth, don't do it. Okay, Karma. I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant Mr. Miles Edgeworth not Guilty. Yay? Good. That is all. This court is adjourned. Is that all? Yeah. There it is. Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Miles, goddammit. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's gonna say he's guilty. He's gonna tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's gonna tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh. What do I do? I'd like to trust Edgeworth, but I kinda don't. I don't. I'll raise an objection. The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. Shit. That would be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. God damn it, Larry. I blame Larry. For 15 years, I've had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me. Oh, Miles. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I'm guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. I love how they only have, like, the culprit is, like, pointing to someone else animation. Like, hey, don't point at me. This is certainly unexpected. The defendant, declared innocent, is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. It's obvious. We hold a trial. Right here. Right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. So, the thing is, what I still don't know is Von Karma's connection. If he is the one who set Yanni Yogi to do the frame of Miles, why? What's Von Karma's connection to the DL6 incident? We got that bullet. I don't know what that's gonna do for us. So we no longer have the note. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort. Gumshoe, oh, he's so sad. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad. I didn't want to believe it myself, detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. I mean, I think that is not true. This is crazy. Just crazy. Huh? Nick, what are you doing? Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. Oh shit, I probably should do that. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Huh? Is it obvious? I'm gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. Huh? What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right? Aww. Okay. I better read through the court record again. Okay, now then I would like to resume our trial. Yeah, I'm sure you would. Let me take a look here. What do I have? Okay, so Robert's autopsy report, I feel like is probably no longer useful. Same with the lake photos. This one maybe, but I can't check it for more information. The pistol bullet. This is from Hammond. And this is from Hammond. That's what I used. Hello, Polly. This I should read through again. I've already used it, so maybe that's all I need, but let's see. Air in elevator was oxygen depleted at time of incident. No clues found on the scene. So, Gregory Edgeworth, age 35, defense attorney trapped in elevator, returning from a lost trial with son, Miles Edgeworth, age 9. One bullet found in heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. Okay. What if Miles did grab the gun and it went off, but that's not the fatal shot? But what's the other shot? Okay, court bailiff trapped in elevator with the Edgeworths, memory loss due to oxygen deprivation. After his arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide. Okay, there's something about it being fired twice that matters. Here's the photograph. See, and the bullet hole through the elevator door is going to matter because it could be that someone outside the elevator shot him. Like, but I don't know, when the pistol's inside the elevator, I don't know how that happens. So I'm still not sure about that. And then the DL6 bullet taken from Gregory Edgeworth's heart still bears clear ballistic markings. And that's what we got off of Von Karma. Alright, so my best guess at this point is that somehow Von Karma actually shot Gregory Edgeworth through the elevator door. And I don't know why he decided to dredge it back up, because by getting Yanni Yogi to get revenge on Hammond and Edgeworth, it's like, I guess ideally, it gets Edgeworth found guilty, but what does that do for Von Karma? You know? It prevents the statute of limitations from running. Well, but that was for the Hammond incident. The statute of limitations is for DL6. I'm just not sure. There's a lot that I'm not sure about. So let's keep going. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections? Have we ever told anyone about Von Karma's assaults? I feel like the answer is no. Alright, let's do this. No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Yeah, so the question is, did he do this on purpose to raise the specter of DL6 before the statute of limitations runs out? Feels pretty complex for that. So he must have wanted Hammond dead anyways, you know, because that's certainly a goal that was reached along the way, or he didn't mind. Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth, I'm a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. Which detail? Which detail, Phoenix? That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream? We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Bah, the same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Well, let's push first. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney. Mr. Von Karma? You were handling that case? It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details. That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. Right. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. So there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator? Yes. Myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first. But then as time passed and no one came to help, my father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then, something heavy fell at my feet. What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster. And you picked it up. What happened next? I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick, I panicked. So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. Well, I kind of feel bad about pressing on these. The gun fired once? Yes. I think, after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream. That got the little ding of importance. I haven't quite figured out what that ding, if it specifically means like this is the moment you have to care about, but it seems to happen when we get new information or important information. Alright, let's press on this. To this day? Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence. I think it's the shot once. But I don't know what it means. I better find out and quick. Okay. Earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. Argue something heavy. There was a single gunshot, then a scream. Okay, so here I'm going to present the file, right? Because this is where it says, yeah, the murder weapon was fired twice. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence, unless you can tell us what page it's on. It's so funny. It's under victim data, but I will double check that now that I say that. It was the second page. Victim data. Okay, good. Alright. Victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says quite plainly, the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot. Yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot? Right? Could he have shot him after the elevator was opened? But then other people would be there. Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot? Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There's no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident. What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had anything to do with the case? Yes? Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof. What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma. Save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. Okay, here is when I save, as I should have done before I started the cross-examination, into one of my cross-examination slots. Okay. Show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident? I mean, my best bet is this, because it says it still bears clear ballistic markings. So maybe we can tell it's the second shot? That's my best guess. I don't know, but I'm going to go for it. Mr. Wright, please think how we feel having to look at this evidence time and time again. Every time you show us ridiculous evidence, I feel, well, mocked. Haha. I mean, I really don't mean any harm by it, Your Honor. Not meaning any harm and not doing any harm are two different things, Mr. Wright. I don't think this was the right thing. Try again, Mr. Wright. Do you have evidence? Okay. Do I? I think, okay. Maybe it really is the bullet hole in the window then. That's my other guess. Look at this photograph. Yeah. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it right, because the bullet hole the bullet we found was lodged in his heart. So how could it have gone through the window as well? That makes sense if it came from inside. Got it. I got it now. So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired? Where? Your Honor, please get a clue. Show the judge the contradiction in the photo. Let's do it. Shoot, there. It's this. As should be obvious, the contradiction is here. I see a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol, yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. So, Edgeworth's misfire hit the door, is what we're claiming. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright. Look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. Case summary? That's on page 1. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. Oh, I have another bullet, don't I? No, I don't. Shit, I have the bullet out of what's-his-face? Gregory, sorry, Gregory. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door. What? Some other bullet? Order! I will have order! Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. Tss. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. Ah! How did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick? If the second bullet wasn't there, then all of my conjectures are for nothing. No. You said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick. Well, it seems we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing in Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No, I do not. So you killed your father, though that was not your intention. Yes, I did. He did not, goddammit! I'm with Maya. That is my face right now. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt. Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now! Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright? Of course I'll have an objection. Objection! Your Honor, I object? Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object, Oof. Nick? I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh no. Ah! It must exist. The second bullet. Yay, Mia! What? What did you just say? Nothing! The second bullet must exist. But where? Someone took it. It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. No, he's had a thought. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet, it existed. What? We've just heard proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer? The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one. Phoenix, it's Von Karma. My god. So the criminal took the second bullet. But why? Huh? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet? They had to find it. Of course there was a need. That's why they took it. Wow. What possible reason could they have had? Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with them is the bullet would be proof. It's gotta be. Saving. Well, it's gotta be because the bullet would be proof. Maybe they thought that the bullet would be used as proof? Proof? It was a special bullet, so they took it with them. If that was the case, then they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well. Huh? Why would they only take one of the two shots fired? Oh, right. Mr. Wright? Have you really thought this through? I'm gonna have to penalize you. God damn it. Ah, this isn't going so well. Is there some pressing need? Okay, I'm gonna reload, just so that I get my testimony health back. Load. This one, yeah. Okay, so the murderer was cautious. Well, the murderer was a very cautious sort, you see. That's why the murderer had to search for that bullet. I love how he's thinking it through as he goes. Oh, if that was the case, they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well. Huh? Why would they only take one? Oh no, it's the same thing again. What? I got penalized either way. Ah, this isn't going so well. Well, I've done both, right? Did I do this? Didn't need it. I haven't got a clue. Oh, I must have hit the same thing again on accident. Okay, let me relive this. Okay. Oh. Wait. Is this saved where I thought it was? Shoot, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with them is the murderer was cautious. I think I've tried that. Okay, well, I'm penalized. Fine, sure, fine, okay. Some pressing need. They didn't need it, I guess. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for that stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Bah, the murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Irk. Had to take it. Had to take it? The murderer? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Was it like, did it hit someone else? Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but, the murderer had to take the bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance... For instance what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer? Right, like if it was inside them, they had to take it away. The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? I mean... Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime. Yes? I guess that's how it would work? Yes? There's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside. Yes. I've just noticed all the shaking heads during the commotion and the hubbub. That's pretty great. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol from his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges, and the bullet... Oh. The bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then, the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. Hey, Von Karma disappeared for a year after this incident. What if he was convalescing? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Whoa! It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Ah, I was right. Yes, an unusual event for the man. Here's the thing about this trial, is the thing that feels weird to me is that felt like no reaction from Phoenix or even really Maya that Von Karma assaulted them to take that DL6 evidence. Maybe they just assumed he's that corrupt of an attorney. But, like, it makes much more sense, especially in light of what Grossberg said about Von Karma's handwriting on that note. That Von Karma is the murderer originally and instigated all of this. But it'll come to a head, I'm sure. That was the first and last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean, it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh man. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? Shit. Saving again. Save it for a better time? Wait, I don't have enough proof yet. This is my trump card. I better save it for the right time. Mr. Wright, something the matter? I'm fine, Your Honor. Shall we carry on with the trial then? That said, we have no further to go. All that is left is the finish. In other words, the verdict. What? Not yet. Think, Mr. Wright. You have said that someone from the outside was the murderer, yet you cannot suggest anyone as a possible suspect, which means your conjecture is worthless and will be rejected, of course. Nick, now's the time to be holding on. No time to be holding on to the trump card. Okay, the trial's almost over. All right. I may not know what I'm doing, but here goes. Your Honor. There is a suspect. One lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? But my hands are shaking. But what? Von Karma. Von Karma? You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there? You don't object? I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Ugh. Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Ugh. Nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere. But where? We have a metal detector. It's still inside Von Karma. He has the bullet inside of him, my god. Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? I will show fucking evidence. Yes, I will. Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... metal detector! Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean... I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible for all these years? Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. I wondered why I still had it on me. Well, Von Karma, I'm gonna run this over you and see what we find. Oh, look at that. I refuse. You refuse? But refusing this means... you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you? Order, order, order! Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing. Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. I know they won't have, like, the animation of the metal detector running over Von Karma, but I can imagine it. And it's glorious. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma. You! It was you? Oh yeah, poor Edgeworth. He's been living with this for 15 years. Decided to become a prosecutor instead of a defense attorney like his father. The prosecuting attorney he worked under is actually the man who killed his father. Like, goddamn. I was afraid this would happen. And so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. But, Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I. Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6? Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence. That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday. But we do. We have the other one. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. This is where the bullet comes in. What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof, the bullet. Not that bullet. This bullet. That's a bullet? Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely, with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Yeah, no, I remember. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. Sorry, Miles. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet and solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? Rrrg! Rrrg! That is a lot of yelling. I feel like Miles might recognize it. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Help! I can't breathe. Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Get away. Get away from my father. Bang. Warg. It's that scream I heard in the elevator. 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed. Mr. Von Karma? Edgeworth! Only you would dare defy me. So it was you. You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death, death. So he wanted revenge on Miles and used Johnny Yogi to do it. He should have waited a few more days. But I guess... I don't know if he wanted Yanni Yogi specifically to do it before the statute of limitations ran out. That was part of the revenge. I'm not sure. Anyways, 15 years earlier. Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth! It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me? Penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Huh. But he may have still said Yogi to protect Miles. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge. What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor? You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. Yes. Now I'll accept the confetti. Now I'll take it. That is all. This court is adjourned. Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! I gotta say, I'm impressed. It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it. I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory. Hi, Miles. So it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? Come on, Miles, you can say it. I'm not sure how to say this. We know, but you can say it. I know. Try thank you. See, Maya is me. I see. Thank you, right? Yes! He did it! That's growth. You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Sorry. I'm not good at this sort of thing. Yeah, you don't have much practice. Got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. She's got you there. Woo! Oh, he's gonna be so excited. Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. Well, who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Whoop. Oh my god. Paired with the angry face. Oh, Edgeworth. Oh. I feel foolish. Don't worry, take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey, y'all. Hey, it's Lotta. Lotta. Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats. Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You could stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Who, me? I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Huh? Is that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? Oh my god. Hi, Larry. It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Kianse. She's gonna live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. They all go to Paris. Poor Larry. Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift for me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts! I love how he thinks his name is Harry. Harry Butts. Oh, it's perfect. You come along tonight too. My treat, pal. Huh? Oh, thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. But what did he give us? Can I see? I guess he gave it to Edgeworth. Okay. Right. Yeah? What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me. It's got money in it. Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Larry stole Miles's money. He was the only one who couldn't be under suspicion. He must have gone to the school that day during the PE period and stolen it. And then that's one reason why he stood up for Phoenix, because he knew Phoenix hadn't done it. That's wonderful. It's $38, right? Huh, what a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly? Nick? Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38? No. No! Larry, it was you! What are you so surprised about, right? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? That doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day, 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there. The rest is history. I never was good at history. Heh. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Yeah, you may not know this, Phoenix. I know. Really, Wright. I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth. You should have told me. Now, Nick. It was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Ugh. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, you've always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. What a great description of Phoenix Wright. Yeah, and he get worked up too easily, too. Death! The death sentence for both of you! Man, if only I had known, I'd have become a prosecutor. The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. Oh, Miles. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth. Want to switch, right? Hey, y'all. Line up, I'll take a photo. I know Miles is joking, but I think... Well, one, what a funny phrase, Miles is joking. But I think it's not 100% a joke. I think he really would kind of switch if he could. I don't know. Hey, y'all, line up. I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time. Let's go. And after that, dinner on me. Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. Whoops. Wright and Company law offices. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's still only 5 o'clock. Maybe I should go back to sleep. Huh? What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you. But I couldn't. I was useless. Which is not true. She intervened several times to spectacular effect. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium, for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Oh, Maya. Goodbye? What time is it? Ah, the first train for the mountains have already left. To the station. I guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick! Maya! So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Oh. Wait. What? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? Show Maya some evidence to cheer her up. Well, she grabbed the bullet from him, right? A bullet? Von Karma was convinced he had taken all the evidence pertaining to DL6. You were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me. Nick. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. Come on, Maya. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm gonna complete my training and come back. Yay. Okay, I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Aww. I'm glad she's gonna go finish her training. It's good for her to not leave that unfinished. Aww. Thanks, Nick. They're such good friends. It's fun. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. The same old crazy cast of characters. Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim? Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh, got a bad feeling about this. I'm not controlling any of this, by the way. What a good game. Oh. Hey, pal. Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Whoop. Detective Gumshoe. Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh? Edgeworth learned how to whoop. This is so good. Huh? Nick? Nah, haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That's Missy. That Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you call a cheap date. Oh, yeah, she's in Hawaii right now. Oh my god. Larry and his taste in women. I like how we're getting the credits with these kind of follow-up scenes. Oh, this lawyer. Who? Wright? Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful. He was the lawyer for the first episode, the tutorial one. That's amazing. Oh my god. Phoenix Wright? Ah, the defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know. I've taken over management of the Gatewater Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by. He's really moving up in the world, that bellboy. Hey, Grossberg, I'm sorry I thought you were the murderer. Oh, yes, you? Phoenix Wright? Ah, Mia's understudy. Wonder how he's doing. Haven't seen him of late. Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. What? Oh my god. Phoenix Wright? Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Do you know that they're putting stuff on the DVDs? Not that I know what a DVD is. Everything in these days. How am I? Okay. I'm pleased to announce The Pink Princess is a hit. I sure owe that Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of the public eye till the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know? I like his jacket with the pipe silhouette. I don't know if it was supposed to be a play on the Nike swoosh, but anyways. Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. Sounds like she was caught cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit, but didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She says she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at, anyway? Middle of nowhere in the mountains, I think. Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess. All right. But, you know, I snuck into the studio the other day, and I saw her. The one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog. It was kind of a shock for a boy of my tender age. Is that Will Powers wearing the suit? Yeah, I remember Wright. That lawyer guy. Huh? Me? I'm in training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them there's a ghost. For real. Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous. Oh, Lotta, you're amazing. I do want to see that photo. I assume they'll show us at the very end. There it is. That's incredible. Oh, Gumshoe's been the one throwing the confetti. Oh, that makes so much sense now. I love it. Huh? Huh? Oh, a brand new episode has been added. I assumed that was just the end of the first game. Maybe this is like a DLC or a follow-up? Well, I'll have to find out what it is next time, because I finished this, which was delightful. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye!